Self-care during busy times. What do? You've got too much on your plate. You're headed here, you're headed there. You've got different people that you're taking care of. Maybe work is crazy. What's the first thing that you let go of? Taking care of yourself, right? How do I know that? Because everybody does that. And it's not okay. I say this to all of my clients, all of my students, all of my mentees. You cannot serve from an empty cup. What does that mean? You're the cup, all right? So if you're trying to serve and you're empty, it's just gonna leave you feeling even emptier, and it's not healthy. It leads to all sorts of problems. So we've gotta snap out of it, but who has time? When you say self-care to a busy person, they're like, ha, yeah, that's not a thing. It is a thing, and it's gotta be a thing for you starting now. So here's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna give you 4 must-do, start right away, $0, hardly any time self-care items that you can start practicing immediately that are clinically proven to improve your life. How does that sound? Does that sound good? If it does sound good, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and check and see if you're a subscriber to this channel. And if not, why not? Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll get notifications when we drop videos like this all the time that'll help you live a happier life. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
It seems like when we need self-care the most, that's when we give ourselves self-care the least. And that is really a tragedy because you are a beautiful and special, unique person, and you deserve to be taken care of. Wouldn't you say that? I deserve to be taken care of, don't you? I think you do. But if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't expect anybody else to invest in that. Just think about any business opportunity that you can invest in. If nobody else is investing in it, aren't you going to think that it's a little fishy? Maybe you don't want to put your investment in that? Well, the same thing goes for you. So you have to be willing to invest in yourself. And another word for that, or words for that, are self-care. You have to care for yourself. Well, how do you know that you need self-care in the first place? So before I give you the 4 simple, easy self-care solutions for you, what I'm going to do is go over with you some signs that you are desperately needing self-care in your life. Okay, so take a look at your screen. Some signs that you really need self-care include these things that are up on your screen right now. This isn't all of them, but this is a good list. So if you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, and this is, I'm not talking about just one time. I mean, if this is a habit, if this is something that happens routinely, if you feel really tired or fatigued during most of the day, that's a sign that you need some care. If your appetite is changing, if it's getting really bad or really non-existent, if it's just going up and down, then that's an intense change and you need to look and see why. If you have digestive issues, if you can't keep your mind straight, if you have trouble focusing on tasks, if you're irritable, if you're snapping at people, or being really highly judgmental of others, especially strangers, little, easy trigger finger is what I've heard it called. Like, you're just a little bit too fast to react. If you're more impatient or nervous, if you've developed some habits like tapping your foot, biting your nails, things like that, those show anxious reactions, a big presence of anxiety in your body. And if you're fidgety, if you've started to drink more or change a lot of your habits, especially when it comes to intake, if you are forcing yourself out into public more to spend time with people, or if you're isolating yourself. So some people go in public to escape the reality of what's in their head, and other people isolate from others to keep from being found out. And the last one there, are you feeling less interested in things that used to be interesting to you or enjoyable to you? These are all signs that you are in need of a self-care reset. But don't worry, it's absolutely possible. So where do you start? If any of those things that we just put up on the screen apply to you, you definitely need to pay attention to these next 4 things that we're going to share with you. I start at the end. Start at the end of your day. Part of the reason that so many people have problems falling asleep and staying asleep is that they've stayed active right up until the moment that they want to get in bed and rest. And you just can't do that. Think about anything that you've done in your entire life. You have to gear up for it. I've run races, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. I didn't just decide I'm going to run a marathon and I went out that day and just ran it. No, I geared up for it. I did 6 months of training before the marathon that I ran, my first marathon. And, I needed to do that because I was going to gear up for it. And sleep is the same way. You spend a lot of time in your bed sleeping because your body needs that recovery time. So you've got to give yourself a break to prep for sleep. That's the first thing. Change your evening routine so that you are prepping yourself for sleep. That means turn down the lights, put away the devices, especially these things. The blue light activates your optic nerve and it keeps you up. It tells you, oh, it's bright. Let's stay awake. Let's stay active. I'll see people sometimes post on social networking. When I'm up the next day, I'll see that they posted at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, can't sleep, just trying to sleep. Any tips on how to sleep? And I'm like, yes, turn off the blue light that you're holding in your hand to post this message in social networking. You're absolutely ruining any chances that you have of achieving a lot of good rest because your body is getting mixed signals. So prepare for sleep. How do I prepare for sleep? An hour, at least an hour before bed, put the devices away. If there's anything that's on your mind that you have to get done, get out a pen and paper, make a list, set it to the side. It's going to be there tomorrow, just like those things that you don't have energy to do right now because you're tired. But get them out of your brain onto that list so your brain doesn't keep running through them. If you don't do that, you don't write them down and get them out of your head, then your brain's going to keep running through them because it doesn't want you to forget them, right? So prepare for sleep, lower the lights, make that list, get all of those to-do items out of your head, get away from the blue light. And I always encourage people to not fall asleep with the television on. Several reasons, but one of them is the light. Another reason is it's giving you all these new ideas and that hurts your brain's ability to just slow down. There are lots of solutions for how to slow your brain down, and one of them is a playlist that's right here on YouTube on our channel, and it's a sleep playlist. It's actually 10 hours, so you can actually meditate your way into sleep, have programming music for a positive, healthy lifestyle, and then wake up music the next morning. So you can give that a try. Number 2, I want you to dedicate 10 minutes in the morning, the first 10 minutes of your morning, to a mindset exercise. We also have an entire playlist here full of meditations, guided sessions that are just 10 minutes long. Why 10 minutes? 10 minutes is 1% of your day. You can invest 1% of your day to make the other 99% better, right? Can't you? I know that I can. I'll invest 1% if I get a 99% return. That's a pretty sweet deal. So 10 minutes of your day. Studies have shown that people who devote the first 10 minutes of their day, I mean, of course, get up, maybe you have to use the restroom, whatever, but then slow it back down. Studies have shown the people who devote 10 to 15 minutes, I'm only asking for 10, but the study showed 10 to 15 minutes of mindfulness practice first thing in the day actually trains your brain for focus, calm, and endurance. I want some of that. Sign me up. All it is 10 minutes. And you have guided sessions, again, right here on GILD Coaching's YouTube channel. Number 3, you've got to get a coach or a therapist. Your friends are not your accountability system. They are not the ones with the right answers for your life. Find a coach, find a therapist, invest in yourself in that way so that you have that unbiased third party to give you the feedback that you so desperately need. The reason that you can't go to your friends or family for that is they all have a different role in your life. And so have you ever found yourself like that with one of your friends or maybe a family member and they're screwing up their life or they're doing something wrong, or maybe you see a relationship that they're in that isn't extraordinarily productive or positive, but you kind of just don't want to go there with them because you don't want to make them mad at you or hurt their feelings. You don't want to overstep. You're trying to negotiate and navigate those boundaries. right? Because you have an investment in them and in your role in their life. Other people are the same way with you. So you need that impartial party so that you can really get through all the thoughts and emotions and reasoning and goal setting that you need to get through. And your friends and family cannot provide that for you. So get yourself a coach, get yourself a therapist. If you'd like a referral, if you'd like to talk to us about us being your coach or psychotherapist, then totally fine. Check out the video description and you've got all my contact information. You can reach out. You can also go to Schedule GILD, GILD, schedulegild.com just to book an appointment with me right now. And number 4, and this one is very important, and people say, oh, I don't have time for that. You have to have time for this. 3 workouts a week. And I don't mean that you have to get all gross and sweaty, just some sort of physical activity to get your blood pumping, to get your heart rate up into the fat burn or the cardio zone. It could be a brisk walk. It could be playing basketball with your kids or your neighbor's kids if you don't have kids. It could be throwing the ball with your dog if you have one of those. It can be anything that gets you up and gets your blood pumping at a different rate than you're used to getting it pumping. But here's the deal. 2 to 3 workouts a week, minimum. I usually recommend 30 minutes of activity daily, but minimum 2 to 3 workouts a week, okay? And you have to schedule them, put them in your calendar, and you have to be as devoted to keeping those meetings as you would a work meeting. So it's a workout meeting with yourself. And if somebody says, hey, can you meet me at this time? And that is the time that your workout needs to happen. You can say, no, I'm so sorry, I have a meeting scheduled. And you're not lying because you have a meeting with yourself and your own personal health goals. Those are your 4 simple, can do right now today tools to help you take care of yourself no matter how busy you are. If these have been of help to you, go ahead, give me that thumbs up if you didn't already, and subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll find out the next time we drop a video like this to help you live a happier and more successful life.